I am here. You are here. We are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to get down, get in, get through Gentle Giant's debut. We are moving on into the final two tracks here of the album. I have really enjoyed this debut. It's really been a cool listen going back to their beginnings and checking it out. And honestly, very surprising just at the sheer amount of quality that they had from the very beginning. Why not? And then finally, The Queen are the two final tracks here on the album. I hope that you guys have also enjoyed going through it. You know, Gentle Giant is one of those bands that I can always listen to. Hopefully you can always listen to. And where we go from here, I guess the only direction we can move forward from this album is forward. Where, who knows, but for now, why not listen to these two tracks and finish out the debut? If you don't mind subscribing, if you haven't done that already, helps a great deal. Here we go. It's heavy too. Derek. They immediately cool it down.
Don't sing true to yourself. You might believe this one. Try not to do it yourself. The fun won't stretch now. Who said the thing ain't going? It ain't no use saying. Get back to get a good thing. Everybody wanna play in. Don't get me mad about that. God is something. Love song and nothing is wrong. Never gonna play it.
You gotta love them, man.
Why not climb a hill with someone who hates you? Why not hate someone
I love Carrie's voice here.
who climbs a hill with you? And as time passes by, your feet are slipping, and you are wondering why there's no forgiving.
What a subtle groove of that guitar piercing through. Right back into it. keep that structure, but just playing with it. Oh. Keep this going. It's like they turned it, like, now put it down something bluesy. All right. Go ahead on. They're jamming. Yelling back there. And the Queen, next track here. Way to hit the anthem. Well, oh. Well, I'd say that's a way to end the album. Just going off with a big old bombastic anthem there at the end just to ride things out. Okay, backing up to Why Not? Ugh, Why Not is such a good track, man. Okay, first of all, the singing is absolutely excellent. Everything is excellent. There's no doubt about that. But the singing from Derek, great. Love how out there it is. And then like that hits those rocking sections really nicely. Because this track is rocking. This is rock and roll. Put in the progressive, sure, but this is like the rock part. And I really like hearing Gentle Giant rock out like this because they do such a great job of making it heavy, giving it a strong rhythm and melody. But then they back it off a little bit. They take their foot off the gas and they give us a little bit of subtlety. And I love how the keys are what's kind of featured there in those moments to kind of give us a nice little more ambience at that moment. And I love when Carrie sings because his voice is so soft and relaxing. So it's a nice back and forth and a nice change there between the two as they kind of switch and hand both each other the vocal duties. But let me pull it up here real quick. Okay, this is heavy. This to me shows that if they wanted to, and depending on how, like, I don't know how the record label and all that kind of stuff was, but I feel like the record label could, if they wanted to, he said like, hey, instead of going into like this progressive kind of stuff that you guys are doing, good as you are, what if we like did like almost like a Black Sabbath kind of thing? Because they got the tune for it, they have the ear for it. And I think that the heaviness that they bring in this track, as well as some of the previous ones that we've listened to, with the riffing that they have, they could definitely have gone into that kind of direction as well. Obviously, we're all happy with where they went, but I think it shows the talent that they are and that they have, all the different styles that I think that they would excel in if they had chosen to go those different routes. The drumming is just... the drumming is... I feel like there's a good way to describe it, but I'm not like a music reviewer in with so much eloquence, with a loquacious vocabulary, not too verbose that I could tell you exactly what the phrase is. But the drumming is both like powerful, tight. There's subtlety to it that you find a lot, especially in listening to 70s and 60s bands as well, late 60s. But like it just has a little bit of everything to it, and I just really like it the way he drums. How about that? Let's leave it at that. Let me get back down here. Bring it down, right? And see how the keyboards kind of take this charge? They take lead away from the guitar and such. And I love how soothing the singing is here. Isn't that such a cool bridge and a way to kind of transition things and move away from that? But keep that pace the same, just a little bit lighter, and then use the drums, use the fill to run it back up the chain into something a little bit heavier, edging towards the verse again when we get there. But this is a really cool solo to up our ante into that section. See? And right back into that transition, bring back the original melody and rhythm from the verse, but this time use it as a solo, and then we'll get back to the verse, like with singing again. So the structure of this is also really cool. Like you can actually probably kind of study this and kind of work off of it. I love an unusual structure that the band makes it feel just as comfortable as anything else that perhaps we would expect in the way things are done. I think that's also just a big part of not only their talent, but of musical talent in general. To play around with structure and composition, because I think that is such an underrated and undermentioned portion when it comes to songwriting. The structuring of the verse, the chorus, the solos, the breaks, the bridge, this, the that, and actually manipulating it, but still coming up with something that makes sense in the context of the song. And what they did here makes complete sense. This is a really great way. I know we had the ending of the album with the Queen, but I think that this track, as being the final full track on the album, is a fantastic way to end. And dare I say, a really fantastic album. Don't sing a tune to yourself. You might believe this one. Try not to sew it yourself. The threading won't stretch none. Don't give me none of that line. Why not? Gotta sing something. Love song, there's nothing to find. Why not? Dead before playing. Don't sing a tune to yourself. You might believe this one. Try not to sew it yourself. The threading won't stretch none. Who says the things that go in, there ain't no use saying? Dead thought can kill a good thing. The band is only playing. Why not climb a hill with someone who hates you? Why not hate someone who climbs a hill with you? And as time passes by, your feet start slipping and you are wondering why there is no forgetting. I gotta tell you, I don't know what this song's about. Let me click on some of these annotations. Refers to the idea that you may start believe what you tell yourself, so be careful what it is you say. Okay? Don't sing a tune to yourself, you might believe this one. Like, you shouldn't perhaps trust yourself too much in the sense of, yes, trust yourself, trust your instincts and such, but you can fool yourself. You can talk yourself into things. You can talk yourself out of things that perhaps you shouldn't have. Okay, I got it. What about this one? This verse calls for people to let go of their grudges, as when you find yourself going through a challenge, climbing a hill, with someone who hates you or hating someone who shares a challenge with you, you should not expect help from that person when your feet start slipping. And only then will you ask, why can't we forget each other's mistakes? Okay. That makes sense. Okay, why not climb a hill with someone who hates you? Like, do it. Why not hate someone who climbs a hill with you? Okay. You're wondering why there's no forgetting. You should have forgotten and forgiven them. Okay, now sometimes I need a little help. Sometimes I need just a little extra. What an awesome album. Where should we go from here? Where should we go from Gentle Giant? Done. Okay, like are we going to be hitting some of their later stuff? Should we be going the missing piece? Giant for a day? Civilian? I don't know. I don't know where to go. But one way or another, we're going. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, down below in the comments. I appreciate you all being here, hopefully enjoying the music. I think that this was an absolutely brilliant track. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the track and the album alongside with me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.